It's Transforce96 here with another video review. This time we have the Marvel Legends from the Thor Ragnarok wave, Ares. So going over the actual package here, really do love the blue packaging. You know, I love the striking color on it. On one side you have the Odin's son Thor, nice artwork there. On the other side you have the figure that we have here, being Ares. On the back, the two figures of the wave and the entire assortment. I was able to find this figure at Walgreens. I got really lucky at Walgreens. I found not only the entire Thor Ragnarok assortment, but the entire Defenders assortment, and even some of the Spider-Man Homecoming one too. So probably the best Marvel Legends find I've had in years. So very excited about that. But I did pick up Ares and Hela, being that those were the two that I wanted the most. The other four I do plan to get to build Gladiator Hulk, but not like super excited about these four, and I do think that I'll be able to get them on some pretty good discounts later, because you can easily get Marvel Legends on discounts. Only like the rare ones is it hard to do on, but everywhere else, as soon as like Toys R Us gets them, they throw them on 20% off. And then Hasbro's website, they throw them on, they have 20% off deals year round. So as soon as they get them, you can get them for a big discount there. So I always do that with waves. I buy my most anticipated and the rarest ones first for full retail, and then I get the other ones on 20% off basically. It's worked out good for me for the last couple of years. So that's what I did here. And I picked up Hela and Ares. You can feel free to check out my Hela video. If it's not posted yet, it will be posted very soon. So going over to Ares, again, I picked him up because he is one of the more rare ones of the wave, apparently. Just basing it on how much people are charging on eBay, Hela is the rarest, and then the second rarest would be Ares. So going over this figure, now mistake me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, there is not like another Ares figure that Hasbro has made. Obviously, Ares was the Build-A-Figure of a Toy Biz series. It might have been a Hasbro series, I don't remember, but it was a long time ago. So I don't think that they've reused him in any sort of exclusive box set or anything like that before. I did look it up and I couldn't find any. So if he was reused, I'd like to know, because this figure features a lot of like old style articulation. So I'm wondering if it's reused from an older Ares figure. However, from what I can tell, from what I can find, it's not. So I would be interested to know though, for sure. But just going over the actual figure here, surprisingly, he has a removable helmet. I wasn't expecting that. I thought that the helmet was on there permanently, so it's very cool that he does have a removable helmet. Going over his face sculpt, his head sculpt's a little small, just so that the helmet doesn't look overly big when it's on, basically. It still works nicely, though. There's not much going on as far as the sculpting. It's a pretty weak sculpt. The hair is very flat and very sharp. It doesn't look, natural. It's very Harry Osborn-like hair. His eyebrows, I mean, if Harry Osborn was like muscular, this is exactly his face sculpt, I have to say. His eyebrows look quite intense, and I do like the fact that his eyes are white, outlined in blue. That's very cool. He has like this dirty wash on his face, so, I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to mimic. It does look cool when his helmet's on, but when his helmet's off, it looks strange, especially since that dirtiness isn't on his body at all, other than that just directly on his face. So it does kind of look strange with his helmet off. However, I'm not complaining. I do definitely like the fact that you can remove his helmet, and then when his helmet's on, he just looks even better. The helmet just slides on very nicely. Do like the mohawk and the coloring in the mohawk. It's gray, but they've like washed a white like into it, and it does look quite nice, I must admit. Do like it quite a bit. Going over the body, the skull and sword logo there on his chest does look very nice, very cleanly painted, looks like it's done well. And then you have silver and black details throughout. The arms look pretty good. On this side you have like brown that has a slight, it's a very, it's very minute, but there is like a slight black wash in it, so that does look good. You have a vein in the arm here, which looks nice. And then he has a little wrist piece there, which looks good. The legs almost look like Odin's legs. They might be reused, but I don't think that they're reused. The feet might be reused though, those look similar, but the legging there, as you can see, there is line work in there. It's actually sculpted, which is nice. And then on the legs themselves, great detail. Lots going on there. It looks like it's, real metal, and it looks like it's very worn, which is very cool indeed. I definitely like it a lot. going over his accessories, obviously the removable helmets can count as an accessory. He comes with a knife that is that can be held in the sheath there on his leg and can be removed. Does look very nice. Not a ton going on there, but it does look very cool. I am happy that he has that, and I'm again surprised that it's removable. I didn't expect that. I thought that that was just like a sculpted in piece, so was very happy to see it be removed. His sword is massive, looks crazy, like the handle is so long, and then the sword itself looks very cool. Do definitely like that a lot. Then he has his axe. His axe is my favorite accessory. I always liked the 3 3/4 inch one, had a really cool axe, and this one looks cool as well. Long handle, but then the axe itself has wonderful detail in there. Lots of like crackling effects, which looks very cool. And I do like the silver that outlines the edges of it. Looking very nice indeed. His articulation is odd because, again, it's rather old school, but he has a ball jointed head, not with a hinge, so it's just a ball joint. It really doesn't look up or down like at all. It's mainly just a swivel, so that's disappointing, especially since his head is kind of like pointed forward, so I keep wanting to like push his head up so that he's looking forward, but he really can't, which is very odd. He has ball hinge shoulders with a bicep swivel. He has hinge swiveling elbows. The hinge, unfortunately, doesn't even go 90 degrees. He has hinge swiveling elbows, a ball jointed upper torso, which goes side to side nicely. Got some good side to side movement there, but forward, oh, I guess it does go forward far. You just kind of have to, it's on like a ratchet. Okay, I didn't know that. So it can go forward nice amount, and then let's see. Oh yeah, you can get it back. Okay, so I wasn't pushing it hard enough, but yeah, you get some good range. I thought that he didn't have much range there, so that's very nice. I do like that. He has just ball hinge thighs, so they're not ball jointed, they're ball hinge. So you have to swivel the thigh forward, 2 hinges foot forward, and then swivel the thigh to get the legs to be pointing straight again. So that's very old style Marvel Legends again. Swivel the thigh, double hinge knees, which work very nicely. As you can see, they go full amount. And then he has hinge ankles, which can hinge forward very far. They don't hinge up very far, and then they do pivot. So it's interesting. He's got, you know, some old style neck and thigh articulation, and even the torso is kind of old styled, although it has better range than I was expecting. So his articulation is decent. I don't mind the style of thigh joint, but I know that there's a lot of people that it really bugs. So that could be definitely a downgrade for you. Personally, I don't mind it, but what I do really mind is the neck articulation. Also, what's weird is the shoulders, they have certain points. So like that's a point, and then that's a point, and then that's a point. It doesn't just rotate freely, which is kind of interesting. So I don't know why that's the case. So again, if this is just like a repainted figure from an old exclusive set or something, I wouldn't be terribly surprised by that. But I haven't seen that, at least from doing a bit of research. So I'm not quite sure. But overall, I do like this figure. He's very big. He comes with 4 accessories, 2 of them being rather large, and he comes with, you know, a Hulk hand and the Hulk's biggest weapon. So this is like a meaty box, you know. When you pick this sucker up, there's some weight to it, there's some heft, and you feel like you're getting a deal. So I do like it just for that alone. However, the figure itself is quite nice. I think that there is some places that you know, there's some areas that are left to have more desired to them. I think that the paint is really nice where it's painted well, you know, particularly in the leg section, but at the top torso, it's a very clean look, which has more of a comic look to it, but I wish that they went with a bit of maybe some scrapes on the chest. That would have been kind of nice, or maybe just wash in a little bit of black to set in the creases of his muscles. I think that would have been really nice. Just, you know, I think this is like an almost perfect figure, but with some updated paint, I think that it could have been even greater. But again, I mean, just size-wise, you're getting so much more with this guy than you are with a lot of the figures in previous waves, particularly like the Guardians of the Galaxy wave. This wave in general seems like it has your money's worth. I mean, each figure is pretty big actually in this wave, and then of course it builds a massive Build-A-Figure. So this is a perfect wave in my opinion, but this Ares figure in general is quite nice. I do like him quite a bit. So there you go, that's my video review of the Marvel Legends from the Thor Ragnarok wave, Ares. Let me know what you guys think of this figure, and thanks so much for watching.